Light me up, don't you stop, 'cause tonight it's on the line. Show me how you get on down. Close my eyes, take me for a ride. Ooh. Got to be you. So come and light me up. I still need your fire, baby. I still want you by my side. Light me up, let me touch the flame now, baby. I'm your phoenix tonight. Come on and rise. Come on and rise. Come on and rise. Light me up, can't get enough. Take your time, just do it right. We will rise to the skies, 'cause we ain't done till we hit the sun. Got to be you. So come and light me up.
Welcome back to another morning skate show with the hockey coach, Guru FRENCHY directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. Happy Thursday, happy thankful day, June 2nd of 2022. Hopefully an amazing, great day so far, and you're ready to have a rock and roll you day. And we have already some people in the house. Today we have a lot of on the menu today. What do you have for lunch to coach? But first of all, we're going to review the game between the New York Rangers, the win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to see a little bit the preview of the game number 2, Edmonton versus Colorado. Colorado take the lead 1-0. Can we see 14 goals tonight? We'll see. The captain of the Los Angeles Kings, Anze Kopitar, won the MEILLEUR trophy. We'll talk about a little bit more about that trophy. Couple of news around the league and NHL news, and then also going to talk about the NHL Combine, day number 3 in Buffalo. 96 prospect NHL are over there. 63 forward, 30 defensemen, and 3 goaltender. And of course, at any time you can you can ask any question. Try to put the letter Q in front of your question so I can, for me, follow up a little bit better the chat. I understand we don't have a lot of people in the morning, but still, I think if we can teaching people to put the letter Q, and the future, we're going to have about 600 people at the show in the morning. Just kidding. That would be easier to follow up. And then also at the end of the show, today, the Frenchy quiz. Really, 3 great questions. We start with one specific question for one team, and then follow up with 2 questions from the first question. So it's pretty cool. I think you're going to enjoy those 3 questions. I know some of you. And the quiz is all about having fun. It's more about to be lucky and do anything else. At least you have great knowledge about the history of the hockey with the record. But at the end of the day, it's just to give us a couple of fun moments at the end of the show. And I want to remind you, every night at 6 o'clock p.m. with our best friend, Mr. ENORTAP. We are back together Monday to Friday. Last night, we have another milestone. We got over 450 viewers for the show. Pretty amazing to see that. And we crossed the 4,738 subscribers at that moment. So we're getting there. We're hanging there. We don't know if we can get the 5,000, but at the end of the day, we'll see. And also, every morning, every day, so far, Coach make a video about the Montreal Canadiens. Today, it's about the, not that one over there, but let's go here. Today, it's about the Logan Cooley prospect. Abs also 5 untouchable players you should not trade at any moment. So I invite you to watching the video and keep watching the video until to the end. Leave a comments and also please, where are you, Coach? I'm right here. Wait, where are you, Coach? I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. Just kidding. This video, guys, you are just leave me a message and I will reply for all of them. Of course, I do this every single day. So today, episode number 27, 5 untouchable players. Paul Biron talk about Martin St. Louis, Logan Cooley at the prospect NHL and also the NHL combine. And at the end of the video, I'm talking about the NHL playoffs. So look, that's what happened with the Hockey Nation show. Every day we show up, every day we make the best of the best. We have a few people in the house who apologize. I'm behind. We have 50 minutes together, so we're going to have a great day. Directly from Saint-Georges-de-Beauce, Saint-Jean-de-Beauce, dans le Beauceron, dans le nord-east of la province de Québec. We welcome back the family Zenith Gamin with Caroline and, of course, the beautiful Zella in the house today. Mr. Darrell H. is back in the house today. Welcome, Mr. Darrell. Hopefully you're doing well. Here we go. So what he said, Igor is better. I was laughing that hard, basically lost all confidence after the 3 or 4 goal. The Tampa need to be knocked down. He watched the bandwagon fan. That's not their excuse. First of all, yeah, but maybe we'll see the game number 2, honestly. What happened with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm going to talk about the game a little bit later, but we have to wait. I think we cannot jump right away. It's a long series, and sometimes the momentum shift quickly, an injury, and then boom, otherwise could happen. So Tampa Bay played without Brandon Point. It's not the same team you can see yesterday, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that. And Mr. Angelo, directly from Marietta, Georgia, Atlanta area, suburban. Time for breakfast? No, it's time for the lunch. Mr. Angelo, welcome back. And talking about lunch, we are Speedy. Speedy right now is working, is on the delivery. He's delivering all the kind of food, snack usually for Roger or Danny. And for Danny, you have some shrimp. And from Roger, you need to take only tomatoes. So that's happening about that one over there. And that's what happened about this. Mr. Richard Mullen back in the house directly de la belle ville de l'île Perrault. Sometimes, Richard, I'm thinking about les deux Pierrot. Like I was almost said les deux Pierrot. I don't know why. Every time I said l'île Perrault, I'm thinking about the two Pierrot, the magnifique, great bar in Montreal, downtown. Oh my God. No. It was a great bar. Anyhow, Mr. Alan Barnes back in the house today. Alan Barnes, the #1 fans of the Boston Bruins, back in the house. Mr. John Gregor. And Zenith said Igor had a great game yesterday, honestly. I gave him the second star of the game. Honestly, Zenith right now is show up. He won the first match between Vasilevsky for sure. What about the moderator of the Hockey National Show? Back in the house today, we will appreciate his volunteering to be a part of the member of the Hockey National Show. I'm talking about Mr. Jose Duarte. Welcome back. And Mr. Olympia and the Washington State back in the house today. I'm talking about Duda, the double D in the house today. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. 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 And Charles-Olivier Terrien. Comment il va, mon Charles? Mon CO. Comment il va aujourd'hui en ce jeudi, le 2 juin, mon ami Charles? L'été est arrivé à Montréal. L'été, es-tu arrivé dans la belle province du Québec? Dis-moi, c'est quoi la température, mon Charles? Maybe mon Richard. Dis-moi ce qui se passe. Coach, you skate pretty good. Yeah. I don't skate anymore like this, Jose. I lost my speed. I cannot skate like Connor McDavid anymore. And directly from the South Ontario, dans la belle province, welcome back, Mr. Peter August. Welcome back, Peter. And talking about the snaky shrimp, the butter bean. But we welcome also, as the moderator of the Hockey Nation Live Show, we always appreciate their best friend, Mr. Danny T. And the house. The Butterbean right now is on off for 6 months. He cannot come back on the match for the boxing, so we expect him to be back. And maybe at the end of 2022, we're still looking for the opening. Right now, we negotiate a little bit about this. It's not. He's going to be back only in 2023. So we have to follow up with his career of the boxing, Mr. Danny T. So we have, like everybody said hi to each other. It's okay. Mr. Zeph Lacave, welcome back in the house. Zeph Lacave said pick Shane Wright. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Zeph, I was 90% I would go with Shane Wright. When I look a lot Logan Coley, I drop about 70%. I still believe Shane Wright is the right one, Zeph, but it's good to learn about other players. Like Logan Coley, guys, is unbelievable. Oof. He's a mix of Trevor Zegras and the speed of Brennan Point. Again, when I mention those names like this guy, I don't say they're going to be like them. But if you think about the creativity, those young men like Trevor Zegras and, you know, they come to the league and they're not afraid to try things, right? Like the Michigan, or try to put the puck, you know, past that like Zegras does. But that's what Logan Coley is. His creativity of offensive, a second glink hand, his speed is unbelievable. You talk about Sidney Crosby edges, that's what is Logan Coley. On the edges, it's unbelievable. One skate inside is the blade, the other skate is on the outside. It's just unbelievable what he does. And then during the game, guys, if you watch his game, he tried put the puck around where at some point he tried to be a magician. It turned not always to be good, but the guy have a great. Now, Logan Coley have to work on his shot. Inside the 7, 8 feet or 10 feet, he have a great release shot. Wrist shot is unbelievable. But after that, he loses power of his shot, and he have no slap shot. So he's a little bit limited. You have to, you know, the under construction, we talk about the players, right? Or advanced development, we need to work on it. It will be really on that for Logan Coley. And of course, the muscle mass, that will be another thing. But he's a great hockey player. Don't be surprised he's a top 3. If he was not the New Jersey Devils number 2 and a team looking for the center, I think Logan Coley will be number 2. I think that it was going to be with Slavkovsky, unfortunately, for Logan Coley. But we'll see what's happening about that. And Miss Kelly back in the house. And for all the peers in Canada, we want to wish you, I don't know what's going on with the Queen in England. Look like a celebration, Queen. I apologize, guys. I'm not politically not good. I don't follow those kind of stuff like that. I just heard today you have a big day and about the Queen. I know the Queen represents Canada, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to mention to my peers in Canada about your Queen, about this. And then Alan, welcome back. Strasik, welcome, Strasik. Here we go. Does a team Jeff Gordon help build making the ECF make you more helpful about the abs? Yes, Strasik. I'll be honest with you. I understand everybody show up in a new organization and they make some goal and they make all the planification and they talk that way and that way. And guys, the parity in NHL is just so much. The parity is there. It's too close between each other. One thing happening and then the team is done. The parity is so, that's the reason we have many Game 7, and because the salary cap makes some problem for the team, the parity is so close. So what I want to mention to you is about Jeff Gordon, guys. He's really good on negotiation and on talent-wise to pick up the great player on the draft. He have that kind of the foundation to build good team. And he did with Boston at the middle of the 2000. Then he did with New York Rangers. For the team you see right now. Now he tried for with the Montreal Canadiens. You have a great management with Ken Hughes, and then now they get a great coach. And all three together talk the same language, the foundation, the culture. And it's refreshing for me, Strategic, when you listen to them to talk about. I study a lot of life development about mindset and psychology, everything like that. I read a ton of books and to be positive and build I work a lot on the team building, how you build a team together, how you sell the program to the players, how the player can buy in, how they can be all together. It's all about the communication, about the motivation, and about your passion. All three you mix together, right? But the player buy in usually, and that's what you bring with those three people in this organization. And I think that's what is refreshing as a hockey fans for the Montreal Canadiens. Winning the Stanley Cup, guy, is so hard, and the parity is so tough in NHL. Anyhow, bonjour tout le monde, Mr. Acker. Welcome aboard. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. You're welcome to that. Peter said, Jeff Gordon did a great job to build in New York Rangers, but he also got some luck along the way with the Panarin, some other UFA who wanted to go to New York. Of course, when you add this one, Peter, I said that. Yeah, two things happening for the New York Rangers. Peter, you're right. First, the Panarin UFA. That's happened for everybody, but he go there. Then the second thing, he got the first round pick 3 years ago with Alexis Lafrenière. That's another plus about where they are. But look, he trade. If you look about what they got, is most of this coming from Jeff Gordon, time over there, from Chesterkin, for Georgiev, the Trouba trade, right? That's the one, the Kako pick over there. GRENIER was already there when he showed up. And then the trade for Zibanejad, and that can go all the way, but you know what he accomplished. But he's a great. But again, take time. We have to be patient. And that's the point about this for everybody. I coach Mr. Andy Kuivula. Welcome back, Mr. Andy. We have Mr. Renault in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Renault. He deserved to be a first-round pick, but Renault is not like Shane Wright, unfortunately. He missed. He doesn't have the full package like Shane Wright. Shane Wright has the full package: the physicality, the three-zone coverage, the shot release. Cooley have a better skate. He's a better skater. Like, first of all, he's the best skater, and that's NHL draft. But yeah, other thing he does not have to keep him over there. The second thing, Cooley is a winger, most at the center, and so, you know, to put him on the category like Jack Hughes, it can maybe become a similar for like Jack Hughes. By the time we tell us, now he decided to go to NCAA for 1 year. We'll see what is going to happen next year with the Minnesota Golfer. But, you know, like I said, is a top three best players going to be draft him, Slavkovsky, and Shane Wright, Renault, for sure about this. Statistic as an ice coordination, you just cannot teach. And ice coordination is about so many things, and the hockey can be coupled with speed, strength, what you can develop. You're absolutely right about this. Statistic, his vision, his hands, his skating, his sense of hockey, his work ethic, great, amazing. And again, like I said, what you need to work more is the shot, slap shot, and also muscle mass. Need to work on the around the board. You tell that if you put Cooley on the ice and you put Shane Wright on the ice, but Cooley is going to be the flashing guy on the ice. But what you're going to get with Shane Wright, the details of the game. That's the difference between both of them. That's simple about this. So with Logan Cooley, you get a similar player like Brendan Point. With Shane Wright, you get a similar player like Patrice Bergeron. And I don't say they will be like them, but if you think about the characteristic they have or the attribute they possess at that moment, that's why you can to compare those kind of players. And I think you'll be pretty good for that one there. Slavkovsky, he can become a Marian Osa. I don't say he is, but the strength he got, the way he did, it can also become an André Palat. That's what you get from Slavkovsky. And I think Palat is really more the one, because I think Palat is a little bit lower than Marian Osa. But Palat is the same similar at Marian Osa. Too big, strong winger. Osa was really talented, like one step over. But Palat, it's exactly what Slavkovsky can become. A little bit bigger, but that would be a good way to compare all of them. No, Wickole was right is better. I have watched both play. Right has more to offer. Yeah, pretty good about this. Mr. Andrew Lepage in the house. Welcome back at home, Andrew. Is the Rangers quick turnover since they wrote the letter to fans due to Hank Longo's cap is paid, which is used for Panarin and Zibanejad? It's a mix, Renaud. The product of the draft pay off. It took them 3 years. That's the patient. The key behind this guy is, remember, right here, who are you looking for by the goaltender? Tampa Bay win because of what? The guy behind, Vasilevsky. When you have an amazing, great goaltender, you can accomplish everything. Carey Price did it last year, carry on the team. Now Chesterkin tried to do the same thing. And that changed the data of the organization sometime. All right? And that's what they are right now. So the kid line, we're going to talk about them in the next couple of minutes. That's the big thing about them. And we have to give credit. And they may be the mix of veterans, they keep the grader. Sometimes they want to trade him. Sometimes they try to trade Renstrom. A lot of people blame New York Rangers about Jacob Trouba, $8 million. But who is the physical on the ice? Trouba is labeled like Scott Stevens many years ago. I'm not saying he is like kill the people, but he hit hard. Look what he did for Zach Jarvis. Look what he did with Pittsburgh, with Crosby. Is it at the limit? Yes. But I'm telling you right now, the Tampa Bay Lightning have to put their head up or around Tampa, and we have to all the recipes together. And when you hit the third round, and when you hit the final Eastern and then the Stanley Cup, you need support. When you talk about the third line, the fourth line, and right now, last night, the third line for the New York Rangers was better for the again versus Tampa Bay. That's right now happening yesterday. What do you think of the New York Rangers fans shining better, good or bad for the hockey? It's great, Daryl. That's you know what I mean. That's all about the popular players, and you know, it's not about where he's born. It's about the player performance, and you know, everywhere Montreal has been like this for years. Guy, and Gary, Carey, and you know, it's been like this forever. But if the flip side, like the Madison Square Garden in Montreal, when someone is really bad, they will sing their name also about this. So I don't have no problem with that part, Daryl. Do that, Canada listening. All right. Try to talk about this. Sorry, I just tried to get some hockey stuff. It looks like you have some other things going on. Anyhow. Renault question. Shane Wright looked to be fully developed physically compared to other kid and his draft class. Is this ceiling is not much higher than how he play now? He won't be much. He's going to reach the next level. Renault. He did not play for 1 year. So when he's going to get the next level, he's going to learn something like that. He's going to have another gear. Everybody at 18 years old, they have maybe 1, 2, 3 more gear to get there. It's all about the development. And it was explained yesterday, guys, and by Martin St. Louis yesterday, and or Ken Hughes. It's not only who do you pick. Because to pick someone, it's one thing. But after that, it's how you develop them. That's the biggest question after that. How do you develop them? How do you surround them? How do you teach them the right things? And it's not only pick them and then they will work with their skill and talent. And that was maybe the lack of problem with Timmins and Bergevin. And after they pick, what we do with them? Who's going to take care about them? And that's what maybe in Montreal I was going to write things. Montreal select for the last 1 month so many good people in this management. They just draft, they pick up the guy from the French Canadian from San Jose, and then it's sick. They just get Adam Nicolas, one of the best private coach development skill. But that's count. And who do you want to develop those players? And Martin St. Louis is a great educator teacher. So you have to build, it's not only pick someone, you have to go all around. So that's really important about this. So, of course, you have a lot of work to develop for Shane Wright or Cooley or Slakowski about that one over there. Here we go. Renault is the master, okay. Alpha need to be patient. I know the Gordon, not to what Gordon does, what he does. Yeah, Richard, you have to be patient about this. That's the way to get that way. About that. Strategic question. What do you think of what Groff does to help the others to be better in game number 2? Oof. I work on this this morning. Strategic. I was trying to bring tonight at 6 o'clock. Okay, what's the Edmonton was wrong at the first game? It was not wrong. It is Colorado Avalanche guy, the first period, the way they speed, the way they skate, it was unbelievable. It was once, they never skate like they did game number 1 and the first 2 period. It was unbelievable. Whatever there was, Edmonton couldn't do anything. It was like flying around them like they never see before that. It was just crazy. And then after that, Colorado stopped a little bit, play on the heel of the third period. They tried to play more like the puck management and the time management. It does not work. They should consist doing what they are doing. Now, the Edmonton make some adjustment at the third period. And the key for right now to be ready for tonight is to be sure they cap control. Don't give them their speed. How do you get there? Is to jump on them right away. Don't give them the transition. So when you go break out, don't let them skating. So when you open up the turbo like McKinnon, when you open up, it's really at the exit of the defensive zone. That's where he pick up his speed over there. And if you let him speed up from the blue to the red to the blue, and now you try to attack him, it's too late. It's about 20 miles per hour over you. You're going to be completely, and that's what happened with Nurse. So what you do, you have to bring right now a player 1-2-2. You have to play a 1-2-2, and the F1 pick up him. If not, the F2 pick up him, and then the D1 pick up him. You have three walls to go, McKinnon, and not only one. If you don't do that, you're going to be a struggle all night. Cap control, cut the transition over there, and then play 5 together, collapse together, and the defensive zone coverage. If not, you're going to be trouble. But again, you have to give credit, Stratic, not the Oilers, the Avalanche. The speed Avalanche, game number 1, guys, you never see this in hockey. Whatever you follow, you never reach that speed they bring to you, the Avalanche, from the back and from the forward. You have a McCarr behind that, change everything. Yesterday, Rangers, everybody talk about the King line, it's just a King. Do you know who he was the best player last night on the ice for the New York Rangers? It was the number 23, Adam Fox. It started with a great quarterback on the back. If you have that kind of players, and that's Edmonton does not have, like Adam Fox or like McCarr. That's maybe going to hurt them, but unbelievable. So for me, that's pretty much what Woodruff had to readjust for that game. All the Lightning play all in hockey right now with the very limited distraction. The thing as share of the 80s, 90s. The problem with Lightning last night, you have two things about this. And that game number 2 will tell us a little bit more. First of all, rusty or did not play, did not play 10 games and 10 days, everything like that. It could be one thing. The second thing I would say to you, the problem is really Brandon Point right now. Now, yesterday, they have to play 11 forward and 7D. And I believe right now, some players on that team are not on the right chair. You cannot play attack the New York Rangers with Nick Paul as a second center. Does not work this way. And that's hurt right now the Tampa Bay Lightning. Whatsoever, you have to give credit for the Rangers. And overall, the team does not have a good game yesterday, the Tampa Bay Lightning. One thing you have to give you, one thing for the Tampa Bay Lightning, guys, it's maybe one of the only team they never beat themselves. What you talk about? In hockey, a lot of time a team beat them themselves. How? But turnover, give away puck, right? Bad zone coverage. But the Tampa Bay are really good on those areas. It's rare they beat themselves. Like 7, 8, 9 penalties or something like that. They're really good on the structure of the game, on the management of their game. They're really careful about those points like this, or the details. That's make them special. And last night, game number 2 will tell us more. Game number 2 tonight will tell us more. Before we do a big evaluation, say, oh my God, this is going to be one way or this is going to be that way, it's too early. You have to evaluate everything after game number 2. Then you can see a little bit more. Then you can talk a little bit more. Okay, how do you get into this? How do you can go back home? Everything like that. We have to give credit. Yesterday, Gérard Galland was unbelievable behind the bench last night. He played his 4-line. Listen, guys, you can laughing about Rand Reese, but Reese on the ice, but it disturbed Tampa Bay because something could happen. He's there. You see the scrum at the end of the game. But what you don't see a lot is Goudreau and Tyler Mate. This is exactly what Tampa Bay got for the last 2 years. That kind of players at the bottom of the lineup make its friends. And Goudreau did it yesterday with Mate. And there was the gate lines. it was scheduled with 2 goals. Lafreniere played like his best hockey never played, and Kako is looking good there. So the bottom, I understand what Zibanejad does, a Grader, a Panarin, but you have to give credit at the pick, and they don't have right now Sammy Blair. Imagine with Sammy Blair in the lineup. Sorry, I'm behind, but I just love to talk about hockey like that. Jose, coach, I was reading Toronto might be go with Marachek and Kilgren, Utah. They don't have no choice, Jose. If they want to make other change and they have limited with money, Jose, they don't have no choice. That would bring them about $4 million, $0.5 million salary for goaltender. That will look exactly, Jose, like the Edmonton Oilers right now. You gamble and you hope this is going to turn around good for you. Mike Smith so far bring the Edmonton where they're at. So the prime, Jose, or my only question about this, if they go that direction, Marachek, prone injury. So, but sometimes Jose, he cannot put all the money on the one area, and they don't have no choice right now. They are limited with the salary cap, unfortunately. You left for the why? Good day, Frenchy. Mr. Grooves the Ghoul, welcome aboard. Well, basically, one game number 2 is bounce back luck as the hand at some point. How many game, guys, the Tampa Bay lose back to back? Not the 17th time, because 17th time right now, every time they lose one game and the playoff, they win the next game. So it'll be a good challenge for them. I wouldn't be surprised they coming back, but you have some red flag for them. You have some red flag. You have to be careful about this. And New York Rangers right now maybe took advantage of the momentum of what they are right now. And maybe Tampa Bay were rusty. Maybe Tampa Bay was not expect this. And overall, they was not a good game for them. So they go to reset game number 2. But we know the Tampa Bay always bounce back after a loss. So that'll be something to have to follow up for sure. The next game. And it's just last night, the Rangers gave up the blue line very quickly to the Bulls, respect their speed. Yes, indeed, you're absolutely right about this. The second thing, I think, at the first period, guys, that the Rangers played so bad on the defensive zone. If it was not just in the first period, this could be 3-1 Tampa Bay. They gave a punch, a ton of the turnover. The second thing, Andy, I will say to you with that part, I believe that Tampa Bay win a lot of battles, 1-versus-1, and in the corner, and win the battle with the puck. Because that's what Tampa Bay are good around the board. But again, Chesterkin is hot. It's not easy to beat him. He make a couple of great saves yesterday. But you're absolutely right. They have to be careful with the speed for sure. The transition, but the transition indeed to stop a little bit more the Tampa Bay is the transition between the red line, the blue line. You cannot give that pass from Edmund or Sergachev or between the two lines I've just mentioned to you, because now they're coming in the zone full speed. You have to be careful about that one. Versus Vegas, them, it's a long stretch pass, but they tip the puck, or they try to put the puck on the opposite corner, and their F2 on the other side of the ice go straight to the corner, laner 1, and then the guy just tip the puck, it become the F2, where he pick up the laner number 2 behind the number 1, and that's how it works. And then he bring under F3 on the back door, or the defenseman on the back door, and he pass the puck with there. It was easy to read the Vegas Golden Knight, but it's easy on video to watch this, not easy to defend that, but that's another way. The key to contain Colorado is to put pressure on McCarr. If you allow him to skate around, he will burn you. Put puck on his side and hit him constantly. Take the QB out. So for this, Peter, you have to be sure you forecheck a lot on the guy. That's what you get. So you try to cheat a little bit, Peter. I would tell my players, look, we cannot play taste. We need to be sure we don't give McCarr that space. So you always try to put the puck from McCarr to try to go D to D. And if the puck go to taste, let's be sure it does not return the puck back to McCarr. So your F1 angling, and usually when you're angling, but you try to go back to the guy get the pass back. What we try to do now is you go angling deeper between both of them and give the space on the board to Taze. And now we want to be sure you want to play better. You know Taze is going to use the board or go a far side pass, but you cut the pass to Mekar, and that's exactly what Peter tried to explain about that one over there. Mike is step up and take a big leadership role. The ice is doing like middle exam. Zibanejad, the last 7 games, he's doing well. He scored almost 5 goals about that. You're welcome, Cruz. Or they can be like Panthers, lose 4 in a row. I don't see that for Tampa Bay, but you never know. Igor was better. I said last night that the boys are stronger along the wall, Andy. That's what I said, Andy. I take all the note what you wrote the night before, and then I tell to the people the next morning. I found that yesterday the Rangers brought the game to the boat. I retained more attacking. And you know what? Andy, you know what? It's like, it's not because we hate the Tampa Bay and we don't like the fans. It's just like, we don't want the team win all the time. And now you become against them. It's just normal. It's just a reaction normal for the other fans, for other team. And that's the reason right now that a lot of people is again the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then the next team win the Stanley Cup, and then you win 2 back-to-back, or they win a lot, but you're going to get again that team. Just a normal reaction for the hockey fans for sure about that. So it's nothing wrong for anything else for this. So let's dive in here a little bit quicker. We know what happened last night. I think for me, this game, guys, is all about the third line, the Lafreniere, the Shedil, and the Kako. They carry on that team a lot. Shedil have 2 big goals yesterday, and they gave back the lead for the Rangers 3 times, I think. And Shedil have, 4 goals in the last 5 games, or 3 goals the last 4 games. He's doing well over there. Fox will have a good game. You have to give credit for the Rangers. Whatsoever Tampa Bay, we need to figure out, is it just not ready? It's just rusty. It's a lot of answers going to be more, answering the next game, the game number 2 for sure. So we have to be concerned a little bit, but not too much. We have to wait to see game number 2, how they're going to react at the Madison Square Garden. And if the Rangers can win at home, and that would be great for them to go in Tampa Bay with 2-0 and not 1-1, because you're going to lose your advantage of the ice for the rest, for the best of the 5. Tonight, we know with ENORTAP, we talk a lot about those preview games, everything like that. I just want to open the door here. Edmonton versus Colorado. We know what happened in game number 2. My question for you guys is, who do you expect between the pipes tonight? Who do you expect to be the goaltender for Edmonton tonight? Are you returning Mike Smith? Do you keep Mike Smith on the bench? Are you going with Koskinen? And I want to open up that conversation together. We know Colorado, Darcy Cooper is not on the ice this morning at the practice, so I expect to be Francouz. And then the third goaltender, the Sweden kid, would be on, or the Finland kid is going to be the backup for the Colorado tonight. But who do you start? Smith or Koskinen? Mr. Marsh, s'il vous plaît, please welcome aboard. Jose said, coach for the Rangers. I don't think so, Jose. Tampa Bay is so good. I don't see that happen. Rangers win. Yes, Marsh. Leave also perfect. They are not making any change. Smith is all the way. At least he's hurt. Peter. So Peter said Smith is go. Mike Smith. So Jose, for sure. Danny, you gotta stick with Smith. He's always bounced back well. Yeah. I think, for all the answer we got right now, don't forget, guys, click on the likes. I'm so right. I think Mike Smith should be the goaltender for the not only that reason, but one reason why the Edmonton are where they are today is because of Mike Smith. Mike Smith, he accomplished a lot of great work in front between the pipe for the Oilers, and I think for me, I will return with Mike Smith. Then after that, you can readjust, but tonight you have to go with Mike Smith. I don't see any chance about that for sure. Yeah. Akar, he said Smith versus Francouz. Mr. Jamo Vartanen back in the house from Finland. Jamo said Pavel Francouz is confirmed. They will go with Smith, and I think he's the better goalie, but they are reason I think Koskinen maybe versus Avalanche specifically. Yeah. During the year, Koskinen did one game. He lost 2-1. He have a save percentage of .95, I believe. That game, they lost in shootout. Strategic. But again, you have to go with Mike Smith. If that's not work, you have to go after that with Koskinen. And we'll see how they're going to do tonight. I'm anxious to see the reaction of the Oilers tonight. Whatsoever, I know the Avalanche, they're going to be full speed and the gas, everything like that. But I want to see the reaction Oilers. How they going to react from what they learned game number one, how they could carry on this now for game number two. For me as a coach, that's what I love to see. Which team, how they react, how they make some change, how they bring some defensemen, how they match up the defensemen friendly. Is it the same pairing or is it moving now? I don't know, two defensemen versus the another line. That's something we have to follow up for sure. Peter said... Smith has been bad in the opening game and a series, but he bounced back. Everything that, yeah, you're so right about this, Peter. So let's move on now, guys. We're going to see tonight. We're going to talk about this. We want to graduate. We have to congratulate NZ Kopitar for the Los Angeles King win the Marc Messier NHL Leadership Award. And inside the hockey, it's a great trophy to win. That gives you the personality and the human being of the person as a captain in NHL. And you know Kopitar, what he bring on the table for the Kings. And he really helping the Kings to be who they are this year. The Kings have an amazing, great year. Better what their expectation, I believe, for most of the experts in around the NHL. Kopitar was one of the reasons for the Los Angeles Kings, plus Dano behind him. And I think that helping Kopitar, they have a little bit more rest during the year because Kopitar alone cannot carry on that team. So to have a better player around him, put him at the point to take care more of the leader inside that team. He's really the since he's been there really where the franchise name has always been Kopitar for the last 10, 12, 14 years. So well done by the NZ Kopitar. And I can wait through the Los Angeles Kings next year, where I believe it's another team right now is flourishing year after year. And they have a lot of prospects. I wouldn't be surprised the next 3 years it's going to be a great team in NHL like the New York Rangers are at that moment for sure. Coach, before I forget, you have to rename the gel. Possible? Yeah, you got a W last night. I was watching you score about this. I think Avalanche are so far they limit Smith puck angling ability. He played the ball in the net, which is not good versus weak. You're absolutely right about this. Great point for me about Smith. He had a difficult time. Not a difficult time because the speed of Colorado cannot give a chance to Mike Smith to control the puck better and play angling the puck better. I think that's right. I think also Koskinen is bigger in the net. He's 6'7", and compared to Smith, so he can play a bit more deep. But again, the fact like Smith cannot control the puck like he does, a little bit, cannot take a lot of chance like he was before. That's limit him for sure. This is a great point, Stratic. Nobody talk about this. I did not myself, so it's good to bring that Stratic. Again, that's the beauty, guys, of this channel. I know we don't have a lot of people, but at the end, it's not about the people, it's how many, it's about the quality. And that's why we're sharing what we know. And to have people with knowledge about hockey and have another perspective, I cannot see it. For me, I'm learning too. So that's great. You bring this on the table. The goal up when the keeper are back in the crease. Gross, yes. Round with Kings 20. Welcome back or welcome to the board. Great point about this one also. Mr. Ron about the Edmonton Oilers for sure. The last point before we leave to go to the Frenchy quiz, the NHL combined. Day number 3 today. The testing continues to have more over there. The meeting with interview is getting more and more. We know Montreal Canadiens have a dinner with Shane Wright Monday night. They meet Logan Coley tonight. Not as an interview, but also have a dinner with him. And they met Slavkovsky only for 15 minutes. And they met other players for pick number 26-33. My video tomorrow for the Montreal Canadiens, I will try to bring who they should select as the number 26-33. So I'm going to bring 20 players and talking briefly about this. At least we have another news for the Montreal Canadiens. And we know the Laval Rockets start their season. Start the playoff Saturday night. And they play back-to-back game again, the Springfield Thunderbird. And talking about playoff, we're not talking about the Shawinigan beat the Quebec Rempart to make now the final QM against Charleston Islanders. And talking about the Quebec Rempart, it's with a lot emotion. Last night, Patrick Roy, uncertain what he's going to do next year. Can he return with the NHL? Can he return with Quebec Rempart? Or it's maybe the end for Patrick Roy and hockey? All those questions was on the table last night. A lot of conversation around the QM. I like to follow the playoff. OHL Windsor is a spirit. Win the game number 7. And Logan, the kid from the Florida Panthers, Logan Stavonen, I believe, or Stavonen, win the WHL, the Player of the Year. So congratulations for the Panthers players about this one over there. So let's dive in a little bit. We get on that one. Thanks so much, Jose. Very kind of you. Renault, I think you done the one. All right, have the Rangers done the best FRS rebuild since the cap area? Renault, again, it's just all together. And again, it's only one step. I think the 15 years, the 10 years is the Tampa Bay. And now it's maybe they're looking for the New York Rangers. But again, we have to you have to prove us more and more. It's just have the great hockey player right now in that team. But the year before that, the couple of years before was the Tampa Bay. And then after that, you got the Chicago area. And you got also the Pittsburgh Penguins start in 2004-05. And then you have Tace, and then you have Kane, you have Seabrook, you have Duncan Keith, you have Crawford in Chicago, and then you got the Pittsburgh with Malcolm Crosby, Fleury, Letank, and you can go all the way like that. And before that was the Detroit Red Wings. Then you got also the Colorado Avalanche from the Quebec Nordic. You got the New Jersey Devils, those area, and then you can go all the way to 80s. But right now, I think the New York Rangers pack everything together. And I think some of you said Panarin help. I think Peter said about Panarin help. The draft of Chesapeake help also. And whatsoever, everything talk about Jeff Gordon, you have to give credit for Chris Drury to pick up at the trade deadline. Tyler Motte and also Coop is helping a lot that team to where we're at. But we're still not done yet. It's only one game. We have to wait a little bit longer before we give all the credit for them. It's not because they win only one game. It will be interesting. Casca about 9-7-1 game on those one versus Avalanche this year. Have won for over the 2 games against them. Smith have a 7-7. Yeah. Like I said, Stratic, I think the game he may be back in the lineup. It was the one they lost 6-3. Stratic, but I cannot remember. I remember the number now. You remember me about this. Terry joined late. This not realize how much you can get when total went up in the sense side of the paper. Not a problem, Terry. Thanks so much. By the way, we want to wish a happy birthday to Larry Robinson. Today turned 71, and then we have another birthday for the Montreal Canadiens, and I forgot who. Ex-hockey player. Sorry about that. It's time, guys, to jump in right here. It's time to have the Frenchy quiz. We wish everybody good luck today. We have Sunday Jose win this week. Andrew Angelo Monday. Tuesday, round with Kings. Frank Nadar is not coming back yet. Renault and Angelo for the second time. But yesterday, round with Kings and Jose win. So Angelo round with Kings and Jose Duarte win 2 times since Sunday. We wish a good luck for all of you. We'll see who's going to win today. And thanks everybody for your participation today. And yeah, when he does 1 and 3, he said, I'm happy about that one over there.
Oh my God!
Question number 1. Be careful. Be careful what you're talking about, coach, because it's not under, over, exact. You have to give me a choice of the team. Which team has the longest rate of consecutive game with 1 goal minimum in the regular season? Which team has the most consecutive game with goal plus or equal to 1 goal per game in the regular season? That's not including the playoff. Is it Boston? Is it Edmonton? Is it Pittsburgh? Or is it Calgary? Here we go. Good luck for everybody. Alan said D. Cruz said C. Jose said A. We have 3 people. Yamo said A with Boston. Andrew Lepage, he said A. Andy, he said B. Duda said A. Stratsik said A. Anybody else? Renault. We'll wait for the mulligan. Peter said A. Anybody else? We'll wait 5 seconds more. Possible. Danny said under. Danny T, under. Because Danny, sometimes he cannot read. He had to use his machine, and now he did not see this really well. So, Richard Molin said A. Here we go. We got 2 good answers after that, or everything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny.
Oh my God!
The answer number 1, you don't believe it, but we have only 1 person did it. And the answer is D. Calgary Flame, 1981 to 1985. And that one, Mr. Alan Barnes, is the only one have a good answer. Congratulations, Mr. Alan Barnes. You take the lead after the first question of the day. Question number 2. Question number 2 of the day. Now, guys, the next 2 questions about the same team, the Calgary Flames. All right? The Calgary Flames, during their streak of 260 whatever game, how many times they scored 10 goals a plus or equal? How many times they scored during that streak? They scored 10 goals a plus or equal during that streak. The number is 5. Under, over, or exact. Now, Danny, you feel comfortable now. Danny does not like to change the routine. When you change the routine, like he will eat shrimp forever. But if you put right now a lobster, he's square. He does not what's going on here. So that's happening to him right now. You see, he's the first one to answer to us. So you can see Danny, he does not like the routine. He likes the routine. Andy, he said C, under, over. Duda, over. Alan Barnes said over. Yamo, he said exact. Cruz said exact. Over, Jose. Peter, he said under. We have Andrew Lepage, he said over. Richard Molin, over. Sean de exact. To that, Sean to exact. After verification, today he said, you know what, I'm going with exact. Lobster, bigot, a shrimp or better. And Siratsik, I'm missing Siratsik. I don't have Siratsik right now. That's the only one I don't have. And Richard Molin have over. Siratsik for 5 seconds. John Gregor come back in the game. He said exact. Did not answer the first question, I believe.
Oh my God!
And we gave 5 more seconds for Siratsik. And the answer, the number 2, guys, is, you don't believe it, but some of you have it. And congratulations, because some of you tied the game. We have exact. So John Gregor, Cruz, we have Yamo, have Duda, Andy Cuivolo, and Alan Barnes. All you guys have one good answer, and you are possible. You win the game number today. Here we go. Question number 3. The last one of the day. Here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. From the Flames again. During that streak, how many games the opponent did not score a goal? So how many times the Flames did a shootout against the other teams during that streak of 266 games? The number is 3. Under, over, or exact. Here we go. We see who's going to get that one over there. Peter August said under. Danny, under. Alan Barnett said exact. Bruce said over. Richard Molin said over. Duda, he said under. John Gregor, he said exact. Andy said under. Yamo said over. Renault said under. Duda, champ to over. Jose Duarde said under. Andrew Lepage said over. Now above, welcome back, Steve. And then that's it for the question. Everybody have an answer for what I know here. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't believe it, but we have a winner today.
Oh my God!
And the winner, he decided to go. He was the only one did at the first question. He's the only one did at the last question. And is again exact. Back-to-back exact. And the only winner of the game today, ladies and gentlemen, we have to go with Mr. Alan Barnes. Oop, we have a mistake because John Gregor come back with 2 good answers. John Gregor and Alan Barnes are the winner of the contest today. Congratulations. And for the people who want to know who did not, Danny T, Richard Molin, Jose Duarde, and Andrew Lepage, all of them finished at the bottom with 0 and 3. Yamo feel good. He got his a good answer. So Yamo get 1 and 3 with Andy and Duda and Cruz. All of them have 1 good answer. And Peter August also 0 and 3. Congratulations for ladies and gentlemen. Steve G, welcome back in the house. Thanks so much, guys, to participate to another show of the Hockey Nation Live Show for the Morning Skate Show. We'll be back at 6 o'clock with our friend ENORTAP. Guys, we are looking for something will never happen. I don't know if it happened tonight. We never reached 500 viewers and the show at 6 o'clock. We got 455 yesterday. It was the first time we passed the 450 429 the day before. We tried to get tonight the 500 viewers. We never reached 50 likes at that show. We're targeting now high number tonight. We'll see what happening. But until then, we want to remind everybody, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you so much, everybody, for your participation today at the Hockey Nation Live show. Until then, we wish you an amazing, blessing afternoon. And don't forget, we are back at 8 o'clock also for the play-by-play commentary with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy. Until then, be well, be healthy, find a way not only dominate your day, but we need someone to tell me because RJ is back in the house. Of course, 2022. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Thanks so much again. Ciao.
What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting
Thank you,
on a
Jose,
show.
Andy, Danny T, Peter, Alan Barnett, the winner of the show.
What do I know?
RJ, we love you, buddy. Don't forget, guys, to click on the lights. Duda, Andrew Lepage, Run with King, Mr. Bomb Hacker,
Don't want another surprise.
Cruz, John Gregor, Richard Mullen,
I'd rather want you to just let me be.
Frexit, Peter August, Yamo, Renault. Have a good one, buddy.
What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me,
go.
should